Imagine a place where you can realize all your dreams, where you can draw the boundaries of your achievements yourself, or, on the contrary, where you may have to face your nightmares. If you are ready to explore this land of opportunity, first discovered by Christopher Columbus with Vista Culture, we are ready to start your adventure.
America.
We live in a world where the United States of America, known as the Americas, is the undisputed superpower. America is the fourth largest country in the world in terms of land area, with 9.8 million square kilometers, and the third largest in terms of total area. It is the third most populous country in the world, with a total population of over 335 million. The capital is Washington, and the most populous city is New York. Each state is responsible for its own affairs and has its own elected governor. It may surprise you that the social and cultural characteristics of each state are different from each other. As you move between the states, you will encounter accents and different mindsets. The 13 white and blue stripes on the flag are symbolic of the historic colonies. The white stars on the left represent the 50 states. Red stands for courage and heroism, white for cleanliness, and blue for perseverance and struggle. Although the geography of the USA is known for its big cities, it is largely made up of natural landscapes and national parks. With deserts, forests, glaciers, mountains, and untouched wildlife, it has an incredible natural wealth. Except for the coastal stripes, the entire country has a continental climate. In America, a country with nature, you can see rabbits, squirrels, and even deer in your own backyard. It is also home to thousands of islands and beaches and a strong coastal life. Many people around the world dream of living in America and are looking for opportunities to settle there. There are more than 13,000 airports in the USA, but if you prefer to travel by road, you have to take the risk of traveling from the westernmost to the easternmost part of the country in 55 hours almost without a break. So is America really a dream country or a wonderland where people can realize their dreams? Let's take a look at how people living in the United States of America live their lives. Thanks to the richness of its natural resources and its young and dynamic population, the USA has started to industrialize rapidly until today. And with the brands they have created, they have become the fastest-growing super brands in the world. With a very high per capita income and correspondingly high purchasing power, with English as the main language and Spanish as a second language, this state is a world leader in many fields, from entertainment to education, from the movie and TV series industry to the game software industry, from technology to health, and has one of the most valuable currencies in the world. The United States is the richest country in the world. They own almost half of the world's wealth. The second richest country, China, has 10.5%. With a gigantic economy of $30 trillion, the United States accounts for about 25% of the global economy. In 2022 and 2023, the hourly minimum wage was $7.50, while in 2022, it was raised to $15.50 based on rising inflation. By 2024, inflation had fallen to around 3%. Manhattan is a commercial, cultural, and financial center in New York City. It is home to the most business centers in the United States. The New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ are also located here. One of the easiest things is getting a driver's license. Getting a driver's license in another European or third world country can take a year or two, and there is a minimum age requirement of 18 years. In the US, if you are 16 years old, you can apply and get your license in 2 hours. Here you can see parking lots in most high schools. The fact that the US is in the top 3 in vehicle production means that you can buy a car very cheaply. If you have the opportunity to live in the US and you think you have achieved your dreams, I would say don't rush. If you are not an expert in a particular field, if your foreign language skills are not at what is called an advanced level, if you have almost no experience, or if you cannot adapt to new environments, if you do not have qualified skills, it can be very difficult for you to survive here. If you have a profession and you can do your job well, you can have more than enough earnings and chances to be satisfied. You should strategize well about what to do and move up the ladder wisely. You can also be sure that you won't face racism at work. You have the same rights as everyone else. Because people are economically comfortable, there is very little social unrest. People who live in America don't care much about places outside America. The reason is that they already have everything they need at the highest level, and they know how to make the most of these opportunities and have fun. For example, the NBA and American wrestling are 2 of the biggest pastimes of Americans. In the United States, job opportunities are so high that people don't have to worry about making ends meet. In fact, young people who graduate from university build their lives very quickly by immediately starting jobs related to their degree and usually do not return to the family home after university. This makes them responsible at an early age. The U.S. has access to quality products at very affordable prices, thanks to the fact that their money is now accepted all over the world and they produce many things themselves. In fact, their money is so strong that even outside their own country, they can get what they want at very affordable prices. For example, if they want to go on vacation abroad, their money is worth 5-10 times more in the country they go to, and they can have fun as they wish. Let's take a look at the cost of living in America. A loaf of bread costs $2, while a 12-pack of eggs costs about $2.50. A kilo of red meat costs $1.11. A McDonald's menu costs $6.75, while a coffee in a cafe costs $3.50. When people think of food in the United States, they think of fast food. However, this approach is not quite right. The country has a very colorful and rich food culture, both because it is spread over a vast geography and because it has a population of people from many different cultures. While the northeastern regions of the country are influenced by the British food culture, the southern regions are more influenced by Spanish and Mexican cuisines. In addition to these, we can say that Italian, Chinese, and Japanese cuisines, which have a considerable population in the country, are also common in almost every region of the country. Americans, along with Europeans, are one of the most meat-consuming communities in the world. It is thought that an American consumes 130 kilograms of red meat per year. When you see dozens of different types of the same product in the markets and aisles, you may have a hard time deciding which one to buy. In the United States of America, there are opportunities to experience many different flavors in different restaurants, serving dishes from the world's famous and different cuisines. When talking about American cuisine, it is impossible not to mention seafood. There is a very rich seafood cuisine in the country, which has thousands of kilometers of coastline to 2 major oceans. The portions in America are bigger than almost any other country. so much so that it is often observed that people who later move to America often gain weight. As a result of good nutrition, Americans are one of the 5 tallest people in the world, so it is very possible to feel short there. Technology is also incredibly cheap. With half or even a third of an American salary, they can easily buy the latest model computer or the latest cell phone. The reason why it is so affordable is that the biggest technology companies belong to America. Clothes and shoes are no different. You can be sure that the clothes you buy will not wear out easily and will not fade in color. This is because the majority of the products sold, including imported goods, are A quality. You can even find cheaper clothes and fruits produced in other countries and exported to America. Although more than half of the population in America is Christian, they are not religious heretics. On television and in theaters, they can even publish cartoons with humor based on religion. In politics, you can express your thoughts as you like, and you can use freedom of opinion to the fullest. One of the things that comes to mind when we think of America is Hollywood. This is a district of the city of Los Angeles in the state of California, in the United States of America. It is located northwest of the city center. Hollywood has become synonymous with the American movie industry due to the concentration of movie studios and the houses where movie stars live. While Americans are open to all kinds of criticism, there are some aspects they cannot tolerate. You can go straight to jail for tax evasion, violence against women, or disturbing society. There are nearly 2.5 million prisoners in the country's prisons. A significant portion of them are Black, Mexican, and Hispanic. In many states in the country, if you are a sex offender, you have to inform everyone in the neighborhood you move to. Otherwise, the officials warn the locals that you are a sex offender and that you need to be careful. Another thing that comes to mind when you think of America is the crime rate in the country. The numbers are really daunting. So how many murders are committed in the U.S. per year? According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, homicide rates across the country have increased by 40% between 2009 and 2024. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has figures on the subject. According to this, 21,600 people were killed in America last year, while in 2019 this figure was 16,250. Because it is so easy to buy all kinds of weapons in the U.S., it is thought that there are more than 300 million civilian weapons in the country. Thousands of people die every year from accidental gunshots. Until recently, guns did not even have to be registered. This ban has only recently been enforced. Although many organizations are fighting to prevent civilian armament, no results have yet been achieved. Don't be surprised if you go to a house and see sniper rifles or heavy machine guns. Let's talk about the famous U.S. Army. It consists of about 3 million personnel, half in reserve and half active, with an annual defense budget of $700 billion. The military is usually made up of mercenary units consisting of individuals over the age of 18 with lower economic incomes. Women serve alongside men in the military, and there are hundreds of military bases around the world. Founded on July 4, 1776, the U.S. state is also seen as one of the world's largest arms and war organizers. The streets of America often have an eerie ambience. The streets are filled with smoke rising from the ground. But what is the reason for this? This constant smoking of the city has actually been going on since the 1800s. The city's electricity providers also have the largest steam distribution network in the world. They deliver steam to around 2,000 buildings in New York City and thus to nearly 3 million people. In this way, the buildings do not need to install separate heating systems, but can operate with a centralized system. In general, you may find the American people tolerant, arrogant, and respectful. However, in personal relationships, they can be superficial and uncaring about the rest of the world. While you may make friends with them, these friendships may not be close. Would you like to live in this dream country? If you want to, there are ways to get a green card. First of all, the person who wants to get a green card must be over 18 years old. You need a green card to come to America and reside here. You must be at least a high school graduate to get a green card. People who are not high school students can get a green card if they have worked for 2 years continuously in a field that requires specialization or education in the last 5 years. You can stay for 6 months with work and travel, but keep in mind that if you do any work or anything similar at the end of 6 months, you will be considered a direct illegal. If you marry an American resident, you can get a green card. In short, if you go to America from the outside, you are taking the biggest gamble of your life. Either you will declare yourself king there, or you will face misery and look for ways to return to your country. If you enjoyed my video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. You can reach me on my Instagram account for any requests, questions, or suggestions. See you soon.